My name is Borat. I like a sex. I make a sexy time with my sisters. Borat, you do the plow. Borat, something, something, something. Borat. The movie Borat. What was it called? Something for make great benefit of Kazakhstan. I don't know, something like that. But Borat is my favorite movie in the whole wide world. It is the best movie ever made, bro. I think it's actually pretty, I can't talk. I think it's actually rated pretty high, but, whoa, I feel like I'm way overblown here. Let's see, let's bring this down. Maybe this should help. You know what? Because I got brighter outside and I have a window here. Okay, here we go. So, Borat is my favorite movie, and it has to do with the time that I watched it, the circumstance that I watched it. It's because Borat is my favorite movie because I went to go see it completely not knowing jack squat about the movie. This would happen. I was like in the 8th grade, 7th grade, I don't know. I was in middle school. My dad had told me, hey son, do you want to go watch a movie? My friend invited me to go see a movie and a work acquaintance. I don't know what the deal was, but I said, what movie? He said, Borat. I had no idea. I said, okay, sure, why not? Let's go watch a movie. So we go to the movie theater. His friend bails. Oh my God, the light changed again. Gosh, diggity, diggity, dang it. So this is what happened. So his friend bailed, probably because he doesn't want to watch this with a coworker because he knows what kind of messed up movie we're about to watch. But anyways, we're already there. My dad said, hey, you know what? Why did you just want to watch it since we're already here and we already have tickets? So we figured, yeah, let's watch it. So we get in the theater. Like I said, I had no idea. I was highly gullible. I was a little kid, kind of. So we're watching the movie. And I think one of the opening lines was my name is Borat, I like a sex. I was like, what the F is this? It was amazing. It's probably not a movie I should have been watching at that age. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but it worked perfectly for me and I wouldn't change it for the world. I love how I watched that movie. As a matter of fact, I like watching movies, not knowing anything about them now because of that movie. I don't think any other movie will ever do that for me because, you know, like I said, it was the age, it was it was so many things, and it was also the crowd in the theater. It was a packed house. Everybody was laughing their ass off. There was an old lady next to me who the whole movie was dying. She was like, she must have peed her pants. But the whole theater was enjoying the movie, and it was ridiculous. It was crazy. I was with my dad, and like after the first few jokes, I didn't really know, or like bits, I didn't really know how my dad would react. So it was really uncomfortable at first. But I saw he was laughing. Everybody was laughing. It was so relieving to just laugh and not really care about like what everyone was thinking, because it was one of those movies that was so uncomfortable. Like you don't really know how to react. So when everybody started laughing in the theater, I feel like it just made it funnier, and it made it a safe space. We had safe spaces way back when. But anyways, so yeah, that's that part of it. And like I said, I was in 8th grade. I was super gullible. So I feel like in the first 15 minutes at least, I thought this movie was like a real documentary or something, because the movie was shot, it was a mockumentary. So it was shot like a documentary, and it was just crazy absurdity, like absurd things just happening. It's like Borat, who's in a taxi, the camera zooms out and he's being driven by a kid smoking a cigarette. Then it zooms out a little bit further and the whole taxi is being carried by two horses or donkeys, and he's like saying bye to his people in his neighborhood or whatever. And so yes, that movie was hilarious. That movie was the best theater experience I've ever had. I won't have a better one. I know it. Shut up, phone. That was what was I saying? Gosh dang it. Yeah, it was the best experience I've ever had in a theater. Nothing will top it. And at that point, it was because, like I said, it was so relieving to laugh at things that I didn't think other people would laugh at. And it actually changed it changed my life, dude. It actually changed my view of like art and movies, because it kind of messed with the boundaries. I feel like it kind of made me realize that other people would like this. I don't know, it was just amazing to me that there were so many people in a room who were all laughing and enjoying this thing. So it even opened my mind up in a way. And I also like the movie because, like I said, at that age, I think it was the absurdity of it, and it was just the overall experience, the unexpectedness of it. Is that a word, unexpectedness? But it was a combination of perfect things. And as I got older, I realized that this movie wasn't just stupid, absurd, crazy stuff. I feel that Sacha Baron Cohen had a perspective. I think he had something that he wanted to share, something that he wanted to expose. Through this character, he kind of pokes fun at America and shows how this this horribly sexist, racist, super, like all the ists and isms and all that stuff. He was had a terrible worldview. The character of Borat has a terrible worldview, and this movie kind of showed how he kind of worked out perfectly with some Americans. Like, he got along with a lot of people. People kind of accepted his worldview, no matter how terrible or awful the things he was saying or his perspective. And obviously the shocking stuff was funny too, seeing people's reactions, especially like even people who didn't agree with him. That was so cool. People who didn't agree with him were hilarious, and people who agreed with him were also hilarious, but in a different way. So as I grew older, in a way, the meaning of the movie got even better to me. I'm not so sure that the comedy holds up 100% now, just because of the way things are. I mean, it might for some people, but also it might just be me because I've seen the movie in like bits so many times that I don't know. It's one of those things where I kind of burned it out, I guess. But yes, it made, and I liked it. I liked the movie a lot because it makes me think about what it did as far as comedy. It makes me think about different perspectives that people have. For example, people were laughing at that movie for different reasons. Some people were laughing at it because they understood Sacha Baron Cohen was doing a bit and he was exposing people's their own viewpoints and perspectives and worldviews. And then there were people, I think, who were laughing that maybe were laughing for the wrong reason. I guess you could say, if there is a right and a wrong reason to laugh at something, but I feel that they were laughing in the wrong reason, and because they kind of maybe somewhat agreed with some of Borat's worldviews, and they just, I don't know if they liked seeing their opinions validated on the screen, or I don't know, but I do definitely think that there were two schools of people who thought the movie were funny for different reasons. I think there were some people who understood it, and some people who, I don't want to say simple-minded, but some people who just thought it was funny that Borat was saying these incredibly offensive things. And then there was also a group, I remember at least from like news and stuff, that there were people who hated the movie. They were walking out. The whole movie was a big scandal. I mean, I know Sacha Baron Cohen had like a bunch of lawsuits, and it was crazy. There were I think some students sued. I think somebody from Kazakhstan, or like they were protesting the movie. There was all kinds of crazy things that were happening, but and there were people walking out of the movie theaters, like people who were incredibly offended, who hated the movie, who thought it was gross and offensive, which it was, but that was the point. But I just began thinking, like, is that the comedians, and just in general, like, is that the comedians' responsibility to kind of explain to the people why it's funny? I really don't think so. I think that would kill a lot of the humor. I don't see how something like that would work. But at the same time, I think it is important for somebody who's just, for example, somebody who's laughing at the movie Borat. It's important for the person who's kind of simple-minded and is just laughing at it because it is offensive, and that it's important for them to understand, or to at least attempt to maybe think a little bit more as to why it's funny, or think a little bit more, like have their, it's important for everyone to have their viewpoint challenged, I feel. And I feel that some people were laughing at it for maybe the wrong reasons or malicious reasons, and honestly, I don't get it. I don't really get the humor. Like, if I agree with a lot of the horrible things that Borat believes, I don't see how him saying those things is funny. But I do think that there were people who thought this movie was funny because he was saying horrible things. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I think that there were two different people who were laughing at this movie for two different reasons, and then there was just the people who were completely offended and disgusted by this movie. And I thought that added to this movie, that added to it, because it showed how, you know, you can watch a piece of art and draw a lot of different things from it. And that's super basic, but at that time, I didn't understand that, and I thought it was really cool. It was a very interesting movie. I love the movie. I said, like, for the experience, the theater experience, how I kind of started to understand what that movie meant. And I became one of those annoying kids who's I wouldn't say annoying, because, well, I don't know, maybe I was, who knows, but I would do this Borat impression, and I got really good at it. I'd be like entertaining myself, like just going, "My name is Borat, I'm like a sax." I can't really do it anymore, but I was I was always doing it constantly. Like even at home, I'd just be doing it, making myself laugh. Like it was funny, and then I'd do it for friends at school, and like people. I became like a dancing monkey. Like they'd be like, "Oh, do the voice." So, yeah, I think there was a lot of kids who were doing that, and I was one of them. It was just a fun, good time. And I kind of want to share something about the DVD. I think this is kind of a cool little detail because I hadn't seen it until recently because I recently got this DVD. But the DVD itself, they made it look like it's some sort of pirated bootleg version. I thought that was a nice little touch. What was your reaction to the movie Borat if you've seen it? Has your opinion about it changed from like the day that you saw it to maybe the last time you saw it, or just your opinion changed on it maybe, just thinking about it? And what's been your best movie experience? Because watching things in the theater, I feel, are different than at home. Sometimes for better, for worse. But yes, if you like the video, don't forget to like it. If you want to see more, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Oh, and please, if you want to support the channel, I'll leave my Amazon affiliate link down in the description down below, or in the comment section, or both. Basically, if you click on it, you can buy anything you want, and I get a little percentage of that sale, but it is at no extra cost to you. If not, I appreciate you for watching this video. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Bye.